They called it a mild stroke. But what happened to 71-year-old Norma in Charlotte, North Carolina was anything but mild. She had always been the strong one. No heart problems, no diabetes. She took long walks, lived independently, and even babysat her grandkids every Saturday. But one morning, her son found her slumped over on the kitchen floor, one hand clutching a coffee mug, the other limp at her side. Her speech was slurred, her face half frozen. She hadn't fallen. She hadn't cried out. She hadn't even felt it coming. That's what makes these strokes so dangerous. They happen when you're not looking, while you're sleeping, reading, or making breakfast. No chest pain, no dramatic collapse, just silence. And by the time you notice, the damage has already been done. In Norma's case, doctors were puzzled. Her vitals looked fine, no obvious risk factors. But when they reviewed her daily habits, something stood out. Every morning, Norma started her day the same way. 2 slices of whole wheat toast with margarine, a glass of orange juice, and a few slices of turkey bacon. The healthy breakfast she trusted was quietly laying the groundwork for a stroke. You see, it's not always the fast food or the heavy meals. Sometimes it's the foods we believe are safe, the ones we eat without question, that carry the deepest risk. And what if I told you the most dangerous stroke risk foods for seniors might already be in your fridge? Stay with me, because in the next few minutes, I'll show you exactly how certain everyday foods, especially when eaten at the wrong time, can silently raise your risk of stroke overnight. 1. Reused oils and margarine, the silent concrete hardening your arteries. It's not the cholesterol, it's the oxidized fats silently cementing your arteries. Frank, 73, a retired carpenter from Iowa, loved making his signature fried potatoes every Sunday morning. He always believed in old-school cooking. He used margarine instead of butter because for decades he was told it was heart-healthy, and he reused cooking oil to avoid waste. When he started experiencing occasional dizziness and slurred speech, his daughter insisted on a checkup. The MRI showed tiny strokes had already occurred, likely overnight, and his blood work revealed elevated oxidative stress and sticky platelet activity. Reused oils and margarine are rich in trans fats and become oxidized when repeatedly heated. This process creates aldehydes and free radicals, which damage the endothelial lining of blood vessels, especially the fragile microvessels in the brain. These free radicals also impair mitochondrial function, reducing ATP, the energy currency of your brain cells, slowing down nighttime repair. Worse, trans fats increase platelet stickiness and trigger low-grade inflammation, even in seniors without diabetes or heart disease. A 2015 study published in the Journal of the American College of Cardiology found that diets high in oxidized oils were associated with a 23% higher risk of ischemic stroke. Closing advice: switch to cold-pressed oils like extra virgin olive oil or coconut oil. And never reuse frying oil, because your brain deserves blood that flows, not fat that sticks. 2. Late-night meals. Are you feeding your stomach while starving your brain? When you eat late, you don't just disrupt digestion, you interrupt your brain's healing hour. Esther, 70, from Oregon, had a habit of eating dinner late, often after her evening TV shows. She said it helped her sleep. Ironically, her sleep became lighter, she woke up foggy, and once forgot how to unlock her front door. Doctors diagnosed her with early vascular changes in the brain. After age 60, melatonin production declines, making the circadian rhythm more sensitive. Late-night meals raise insulin and cortisol, disrupting deep sleep and the brain's glymphatic system, a waste-clearing mechanism critical for memory and healing. When digestion is active during sleep, blood is diverted to the gut instead of the brain. The result? Lower cerebral perfusion, reduced oxygen, and higher risk for blood clot formation in microvessels. According to the American Heart Association, eating after 8 p.m. increases nighttime blood pressure spikes by up to 22%. Closing advice: finish your last meal at least 3 hours before bedtime. Your brain needs rest, not reflux. And healing only happens when digestion pauses. 3. Sugary drinks. The sweet habit making your blood thick and sticky. That orange juice might feel refreshing, but inside your arteries, it's like pouring syrup into your bloodstream. Ronald, 74, a retired delivery driver from Georgia, never smoked, walked daily, and kept his weight stable. His one guilty pleasure? 3 glasses of sweet iced tea every day. When his speech slurred and he stumbled one morning, tests showed early signs of vascular dementia and blood sugar instability. Fruit juices, sodas, and sweet teas are packed with high fructose, which the liver rapidly converts to triglycerides, clogging the bloodstream and fueling chronic inflammation. These sugar spikes cause insulin resistance, triggering endothelial damage and platelet aggregation. At night, when the body should detox and repair, elevated glucose stiffens arteries and worsens circulation. The perfect storm for stroke-causing clots. In seniors, sugar also contributes to dehydration, further thickening blood and doubling the risk of a silent stroke during sleep. 1 cup of orange. Closing advice: ditch the juice. Choose herbal tea, lemon water, or fresh sugarcane ginger drinks with sea salt. Your brain doesn't need sweetness, it needs circulation. 4. Dehydration. The invisible thickener of your blood. You may not feel thirsty, but your blood feels it. Gloria, 78, from Arizona, didn't like plain water. It has no taste, she said. She drank coffee all day, had 1 glass of water at dinner, and often felt dizzy by noon. A mild stroke left her with speech slurring, caused by slow, thick blood flow and minor clotting in the brain. Aging reduces the thirst reflex, leading many seniors to underhydrate without realizing it. When you're dehydrated, blood volume drops and blood viscosity rises. Thicker, stickier blood travels slower and clots easier. Capillaries in the brain are hair-thin, and it only takes 1 microclot to interrupt memory, speech, or coordination. Dehydration also disrupts electrolyte balance, weakening the brain's electrical signals and worsening confusion or imbalance. CDC: over 75% of U.S. seniors consume less than 1 liter of water per day, far below the recommended 6 to 8 cups. Closing advice: hydration is stroke prevention. Drink small amounts consistently, starting with 300 milliliters warm water plus sea salt upon waking. Clear blood equals clear thinking. 5. Processed meats. Your quick breakfast may be the long road to stroke. Ham, bacon, and sausage don't just flavor your morning, they inflame your arteries. Charles, 72, from Michigan, thought his breakfast sandwich was healthy. Whole wheat bread, turkey bacon, and low-fat cheese. After a minor stroke, scans showed multiple silent infarcts, small strokes he didn't even feel. Processed meats contain nitrates and nitrites, which convert into nitrosamines, compounds linked to inflammation and DNA damage in vascular cells. They're also loaded with sodium, which increases blood pressure, especially dangerous during sleep when vessels should relax. Combined with aging and poor hydration, this increases risk for microvascular strokes that build quietly over time. The British Medical Journal reported that consuming just 2 servings of processed meat per day increased stroke risk by 18%. Closing advice: choose fresh proteins, eggs, salmon, lentils, instead of preserved meats. Don't trade convenience for cognition. They say it's just part of getting older. The forgetfulness, the dizziness, the heavy legs, the fog in the morning. But what if it isn't? What if those symptoms aren't aging, but warnings? Not from your genes, but from your habits. Frank reused his cooking oil because that's what he'd always done. Esther ate dinner at 9 p.m., thinking it helped her sleep. Ronald loved his sweet tea. Gloria didn't feel thirsty. And Charles? He thought turkey bacon was the healthy choice. Each one trusted what they were told. Each one followed routines that felt harmless, and each one paid the price, not all at once, but over time. It wasn't their genetics, it wasn't bad luck. It was blood thickening silently, vessels inflaming gradually, and small clots forming quietly in the night. Stroke doesn't arrive like lightning, it builds like rust, silently, daily, predictably. But here's the part most doctors don't tell you. If it was built meal by meal, it can be reversed, choice by choice. Your arteries are not made of stone, they can soften. Your blood can flow clean again, your memory can return. But only if you stop blaming age and start reclaiming knowledge. Because the truth is, you're not falling apart. You're just missing the right information. And now, you're about to get it. In the next few minutes, I'll show you the 5 simplest changes that can protect your brain, cleanse your blood, and restore your energy. Using real food, natural tools, and a body that still wants to heal. You've seen how the wrong foods, eaten at the wrong times, can silently thicken your blood, damage your brain's microvessels, and increase your stroke risk while you sleep. But just as food can destroy, it can also heal. The body, especially after 60, is more responsive than most people realize. With the right support, it can lower inflammation, restore vessel elasticity, and prevent stroke naturally, without needing to fear every bite. Here are 5 powerful yet simple changes to help your brain breathe easier again. 1. Replace table salt with mineral-rich sea salt. Salt isn't the enemy. Refined salt is. You don't have to fear salt. You just have to choose the right kind. Refined table salt is just sodium chloride, stripped of its natural minerals and often combined with anti-caking agents like aluminum silicate. It disrupts the sodium-potassium balance, raising blood pressure in aging vessels. Sea salt, on the other hand, is unrefined and rich in over 80 trace minerals, including magnesium, potassium, and zinc, which support electrolyte balance, nerve function, and blood vessel relaxation. Think of it as upgrading from processed fuel to clean energy for your bloodstream. 2. Morning drink for blood thinning and brain clarity. Don't start your day with juice. Start with nature's brain elixir. This isn't just a drink, it's a ritual. A natural morning blend designed to gently cleanse your blood, support hydration, and wake your brain without spiking your insulin. Suggested recipe: 200 ml of fresh sugarcane juice, juice of a half lemon, a pinch of mineral-rich sea salt. Optional: 1 slice fresh ginger, 1 stalk of crushed lemongrass. This blend supports brain function on multiple levels. Lemon helps alkalize the body, support liver detox, and improve absorption of minerals like magnesium and potassium. Sea salt, unrefined, restores electrolytes lost overnight, supports adrenal function, and gently regulates blood pressure. Sugarcane provides natural glucose, essential for ATP production, without causing the rapid insulin spikes seen with fruit juice. Think of it as nature's IV bag, restoring balance, gently thinning the blood, and awakening your brain cells. Health note for seniors with high blood pressure: if you have hypertension, skip the ginger and lemongrass, as both can mildly stimulate the circulatory system and may temporarily raise blood pressure in sensitive individuals. Stick to the base blend: sugarcane juice, lemon, sea salt, and if your doctor recommends limiting sodium, adjust the salt to a pinch or consult first. A calm brain starts with clean blood, and sometimes healing begins with a single honest sip. 3. Cook with clean oils. What goes in your pan goes into your brain. Instead of margarine or reheated oils, choose extra virgin olive oil, rich in oleocanthal, a natural anti-inflammatory. Virgin coconut oil supports brain energy metabolism. Avocado oil, high in monounsaturated fats and vitamin E. These oils resist oxidation, meaning they don't produce free radicals that damage blood vessels, and they don't stiffen arteries like trans fats do. Clean oils, clean vessels, will smoother circulation to your brain. 4. Hydration schedule. Water isn't a habit. It's a transport system for your brain. You don't need to chug gallons. You need timing. Upon waking, 300 milliliters warm water plus a pinch of sea salt jumpstart circulation. 30 mins before meals, 150 milliliters helps digestion and blood flow. 3 p.m., herbal tea maintains hydration curve. 1 hour before bed, 100 milliliters supports brain perfusion overnight without waking you to urinate. Consistent hydration keeps blood thin, oxygen flowing, and stroke risk down. 5. Stroke-safe breakfast swap. Your first bite of the day shapes your brain's chemistry. Avoid sugary cereals, fruit juice, low-fat yogurts, often loaded with added sugar. Choose instead option 1, boiled eggs, half an avocado, oatmeal with ground flaxseed. Option 2, scrambled eggs and ghee, sauteed greens, 1 slice sprouted grain toast. These meals provide healthy fats, fiber, clean protein, and slow-digesting carbs, stabilizing blood sugar, reducing clot risk, and keeping your mind sharp. Breakfast shouldn't just taste good. It should defend your brain. Norma didn't think her breakfast was dangerous. Ronald didn't think his sweet tea could thicken his blood. Gloria didn't feel thirsty, so she didn't drink. Charles truly believed turkey bacon was heart-healthy. They weren't careless. They weren't reckless. They were simply never told the truth. And maybe neither were you. For decades, seniors have been bombarded with confusing advice, told to fear fat, ignore salt, and trust labels like low-fat or heart-smart. But real healing starts when we stop following fads and start listening to our bodies. Because what your brain needs at 70 isn't fear, it's understanding. Understanding how certain foods, eaten out of habit, not hunger, can inflame your vessels, thicken your blood, and trigger strokes while you sleep. Understanding that memory loss, brain fog, and late-night confusion aren't always aging. They're often warning signs. And understanding that recovery doesn't require perfection. It just needs consistency. You don't have to change your whole diet overnight. You don't need to cut out everything you love. You just need to start with one thing. The first sip of your morning. The first bite of your breakfast. The next glass of water you choose to drink, even if you're not thirsty, because your brain isn't too old. It's just waiting to be nourished the right way. So let me ask you, if you've eaten one of the 5-stroke risk foods this week, type 1. If you're open to trying the healing drink tomorrow morning, type 2. No pressure, no judgment, just one small step in the right direction, from someone who believes your brain still has decades of memories left to make.